What's going on, Aquarius? This is your reading for the new moon solar eclipse in the sign of Libra. Very special time. I'm going to tell you all about it. This is for my Aquarius rising, sun, moon, anybody with a prominent 11th house or Uranus placement. This is for you as well. So, interesting times are here. I'm going to read through your chart, read through your cards, and show you the highlights and what to expect and get excited. Before I tell you about all the placements and all the astrological weather, let's take it from the top in the beginning. And this is your card, by the way, the star card. So we're pulling in your energy off the rip. Or I should say, an eclipse is a very powerful time. Expect powerful changes. This is a supercharged new moon. Okay. And a new moon is a new beginning. This is basically when the sun and the moon conjoin in the zodiac and we start the lunar cycle all over again. And that's a great time to set intentions, to plant our seeds, to really set our goals and pursue forward motion. Okay. And we have a new moon every single month. It takes about 29 days for the whole lunar cycle to culminate and restart. So what's even crazier is, and also I will say before that, hold that thought. This is the Libra new moon, okay, in the sign of Libra. So this cycle for everybody is going to bring new energy in Libra. And this talks about relationships, and that's a broad term. We could see new friends, new associates, new lovers, but even deeper than that, a new relationship with ourselves. And at best, this Libra new moon is going to bring a heightened sense of peace and more balance into our lives. And that's the very beautiful thing. But here's the other thing, the thought I was holding. This is an eclipse. And eclipses happen about once a year, or the solar eclipse does. And this is where the moon will actually block out the sun, leaving a shadow on the earth. And you can see in this picture, that's exactly what that's doing. But I will say that the total eclipse happens in the Pacific Ocean and the very bottom of South America. So most of us are not going to see the total eclipse. We might get a partial eclipse, or we might not see the eclipse at all. But regardless, it's going to happen. So this is a really important time of change. And that being said, the effects of an eclipse are amplified. So this is a time of deep transformation. And I'm going to run you through the major aspects to the new moon eclipse, solar eclipse, so you can see what this cycle is bringing. And then we can start running through your chart and your cards and see what the reading gives. First thing you need to know is, again, the sun and moon join together, and that's what the new moon is. And you can see that with the sun and the moon, both at 10 degrees of Libra. You can see the moon and the sun are really close to the node, and that's why it's an eclipse. But deeper than that, we have this solar eclipse conjunct the black moon Lilith. This is crazy, guys. We don't really see this all that often. This is pretty rare. And the black moon Lilith is actually not a celestial body. This is a mathematical, geometric point. And if I could illustrate and make this, let's say, no, that's not the moon. Let's say that this stone was the earth, and let's say that this nice snake was the moon. And the moon is mooning along, taking its time going around the earth. And because the moon is not completely circular in its orbit, it has an elliptical orbit. There's going to be times when the moon gets closer to the earth, and there's going to be times when it gets further away from the earth. And when the moon is at its maximum distance from earth, we call this the lunar apogee, or black moon Lilith in astrology terms. And if you were curious, when the moon gets as close as it possibly could be, this is called the lunar perigee, or Selena, the white moon. And again, that's not a celestial body. It's a calculated point, but it exists in the solar system, and we have to pay attention to it, because what this talks about is the moon being far out, not only just eclipsing, but it's really out there, man. So that being said, this cycle, and do bear in mind that what happens during the lunation, the new moon, it really follows us for some time to come. Usually about the next month, but in the case of the eclipses, pretty much like the next 6 months. So pay close attention to this energy, because it's going to follow us for a while. You hear me? So with the moon conjunct Lilith, what this indicates is us having to get in touch with our deepest, most hidden feelings, black moon Lilith, and nurturing ourselves on the most fundamental core. And these emotions, they could be hidden deliberately, or they could be inadvertently hidden. But regardless, the shadow work is a must. And we have to confront ourselves, and we need to take full accountability for our emotions so we don't project our emotions onto others or blame people for shit that's our fault or just be too sensitive, insecure, and fearful. So I'm saying very clearly, emotional healing is a must during this cycle. And that's the first thing that you got to understand. And the second thing I want to draw to your attention is that this new moon is square to Mars in Cancer. And this is very interesting, and it adds another shade of meaning to this cycle. And on one note, Mars square the sun is begging us, like the universe is on its knees right now, saying, please, please, Daddy, be intentional with everything in your life. Be intentional. Mars is the planet of power, of how we make our choices. And this may be kind of hard right now with this square because Libra is so fucking indecisive and all over the place and seeing alternative things. And Mars just wants to do whatever the fuck it feels like in Cancer. So it's hard. So ultimately, you have to take time to separate a little bit to realize who the fuck are you? What do you want your life to be? And also don't be recalcitrant and lazy. Because when Mars is really pronounced, sometimes there's this want to be free in spite of everything else. And this is going to make it hard to be disciplined or hard to stay committed. So at the same time, gang, you got to fucking focus. That's really what this cycle is about. And on the other note, Mars square the sun does reflect this heightened aggression, this need for competition, and a want for challenges. So it's really important that you don't be a hater. And if anything, you demand more from yourself as opposed to others. Okay. Lead by example, Aquarius. That's the only way to lead, truly. So that's important. And deeper than that, physical exercise is going to be really required in this cycle to blow off steam and to really make yourself more powerful and to, improve yourself. And without goals, you're going to start hating yourself, Aquarius. I'm gonna keep it a buck 50 with you. You need goals. You need something to go after. You need to give your life meaning through the pursuit of your targets. Okay. And beyond this, let's talk about the moon side of the square. The moon square Mars also talks about internalized aggression, sometimes beating yourself up. Try not to do that. And then second of all, this really reflects frustration with life. Okay. Feeling internally frustrated. So it's again really important that we have channels and avenues to disperse our energy so we don't build up too much nervous tension. Okay. And all the while, exercise will help us do that. And deeper than this, gang, we have to recognize the periodic frustrations, interruptions, disturbances in our plan as part of the enjoyable part of life. And beyond that, an unconscious way to get to know ourselves. And we have to really feel our feelings and connect with them deliberately and not hide them from ourselves or numb them or suppress them so we don't take out our frustration on the people we care about. You hear me? That's a really important thing with Mars and Cancer. Mars doesn't really like to be in Cancer. The sun doesn't really like to be in Libra. There's nothing good or bad about these placements in general, but I will just say traditionally they are a little bit difficult for the planets to get along with their energy. But at the same time, if you guys are resonating with this message, hearing what I'm saying, this is a magical opportunity to get exactly what the fuck we want from our lives while creating harmony and balance and peace with everybody else. So that's beautiful. Beyond this, I also want to indicate the depositor of the new moon. Libra is ruled by Venus, and Venus is in Scorpio, the sunken place. And on one note, this is a very beautiful time, and it's sexy and magnetic and intense and mysterious, and that's awesome. But at the same time, Venus in Scorpio is powerful love. And on some note, love and power can kind of get confused and trust issues can ensue. And then we can be closed off, or we can start to get jealous or possessive of others because of the things that we neglect within ourselves or how fucking intense we relate to people. So it's imperative that we transform ourselves in this cycle and learn to find deeper levels of our love nature. And again, be intentional with everything, including our love. And there is some beauty in the fact that Mars will rule over Venus. That kind of, makes things better or worse. Ultimately, let's keep it neutral. But in any magnitude, I also see that with Venus and Scorpio, there is this unbridled desire to be rich and powerful. And this is somewhat the focus and the theme. So I'm going to go through the 12 houses. I'm going to read your cards and we're going to really see what it's given. Okay. And walk through house by house. And if you enjoy this video at any point, do leave a like, do leave a comment. Let me know what you are manifesting during the eclipses. How are the eclipses treating you? How's life treating you? How are your transits going? If you guys don't know shit about your transits or your natal chart, you are in the exact right place. You can hit the link in my bio and join Simplified Astrology, or I could just read your chart for you if I have spots on my list, and you can find it all in the link, markdavidmeyer.com or simplifiedastrology.com. Same thing. I got a lot of domain names, man. The internet is my bitch. So let's talk about it. Aquarius, we're going to start with your first house and then we'll just move all the way through the houses. Oh, yeah. And before I actually do this, let me say this, gang. The new moon is happening in your ninth house. So before I even pull cards, let's talk about the major highlight. The ninth house has everything to do with expansion, your experience, and your beliefs, and your connection with divinity. So at best, this to me looks like a new cycle of self-development and a want to improve yourself and see what the world has to offer and live your life to the fullest. But at worst, this could be a cycle of feeling confused or hopeless or meaningless and wanting to crash the fuck out. And that's not going to be healthy. So what we need to do is define our purpose and start working to pursue it. All right. And this is beautiful. First card you're getting is the Hierophant. And this reflects authority. And what's really cool also, as far as transits go, is that Pluto is transiting your 12th house and it'll move into your first house in November. So Pluto's finishing up Capricorn. It's like right about to smack Aquarius. And Pluto did go into Aquarius this year, but it retrograded back. And now we're kind of waiting for the 20 years of Pluto and Aquarius to start. So the power is going to be in your hands, Aquarius, and you need to really be your higher self and live a life of authority, live a life of integrity, live a life of humility, and recognize how you can bless and teach other people and stay in your power and do things the right way. And the Hierophant feels like a steward. You see, there's three people on this card. You're either the Pope or you are the student. And truly, good teachers are always going to be students. They never stop learning, forever be a student. And this just tells me focus on the keys to success, and deeper than that, focus on the keys of the universe. Study the laws of the universe, Aquarius. Study the law of attraction, the law of vibration, the law of polarity, the law of correspondence, the law of rhythm, the law of gender, etc., the law of assumption, the law of gravity. Study the natural laws and you can leverage these to your best of your ability. I can't emphasize this enough, but it really looks like you guys are stepping in your power. And I also want to say, we'll see more about this when we get to your ninth card and your seventh card. The seventh would be the house that Libra rules, and the ninth would be where the new moon is for you guys. But with the new moon in Libra balancing out a lot of things or adding new connections, I really feel like there's a need for you to have spiritual relationships and partnerships that are really high vibrational, that can match your freak. What do you need? Love, 100%. So, and hey, the second house deals with needs, but it also deals with money, which is a need for us. We have to have resources and, things that can take care of us. And there's an imbalance right here, gang. And you do have Saturn going through your second house. I'll show you just so you can see it. But yeah, Saturn is chopping up your second house. So some of you guys feel like broke as shit. Broke is a joke, but that shit ain't funny, is it? You're like, why are all these bills piling up? Why is it so hard to get motion? So trying to balance your finances, that's really important. Y'all should write down all your debts, list them off on paper, and make a note of them. Save your money so you can save you. Start working on making more money, saving your money, investing your money, and also taking care of your energy and making sure it's not discordant. Stop wasting your money. Stop spending it on dumb shit, and stop fucking off your time, Aquarius. I don't know who needs to hear that, but somebody needed to hear that, and you're maybe still not hearing me. Stop fucking off your time. Be intentional with your life, dude. That's what I said before the cards. Be intentional with your life. That sounds fucking cool, but like, are you awake? Are you asleep at the wheel? What's not given? So the mindset is peace. The third house is showing peace, and that's beautiful. And this is actually where the North Node is. And also I see Chiron in the third house. And this also tells me that, a lot of you guys are healing mentally. You're focused on your mental health and your wellness and speaking love and life into yourself. And you're looking for more, equanimity within your life. And I think that's a very beautiful thing. But at the same time, the Two of Swords tells me that, you may be kind of uncertain about where you're going and what the future holds. And let me keep it a buck 50 with you guys. The only way to predict your future is to create it for yourself. And we all sit in the great unknown, and just make peace with that. Recognize that that's your gift, your ability to create within that space. So what's up with the fourth house? How you guys feeling right now? This looks good. I mean, it was kind of funny. This came out sideways. So I'm going to give it to you basically straight and both ways. But the 10 of Cups tells me that a lot of you guys are very hopeful for what's next, even if you're not too sure what's going on. The fourth house, Uranus transit. I mean, and having your Taurus in the fourth does make you guys pretty chill internally, and knowing that, you know, you can deal with the great unknown. But it's just important that you align your emotions with your dreams right now, with your inner vision, that you connect intuitively to the life that you want to live, and you focus on being happy, that you focus on creating joy. You think about, truly, and I'm saying think about it, like close your eyes if you got to. What would make you the happiest? Where do you want to be in life? Paint that picture for yourself right now. Are you on a plane, a train, a bus, a beach, kicking at the house with your dogs? What you doing? You on stage speaking to people? Are you developing the third world countries? What are you doing? Are you helping out the world? Paint that picture, and beyond going there visually, connect to it emotionally. How does it feel to get your dreams and manifest them? How does it feel? That's really the question. And you're being encouraged to really focus on the powers of visualization and let that dream bring you comfort, Aquarius. This is a beautiful message that I'm seeing. And I got prominent Aquarius placements in my chart. I'm a Leo, but I've got Uranus opposing my sun, of course. So I'm finding peace with this message, man. Take your dreams and find comfort within them, okay? Let's talk about the fifth house, because the fifth house is really how you act and how you should be and the character we want to develop. And Jupiter's in the fifth, which is pretty beautiful. Jupiter loves the fifth house, your fifth house of Gemini. And here's the strength card in reverse. So this tells me to boss your life up and go harder. And don't be discordant and disorganized and all over the place. Lock in. Take some options off the table if you got to. Simplify your life, gang. And also, you got to be going hard, developing your character, thinking about what's the best way to be. And also, I'm kind of feeling like some of you guys feel lonely, or like you don't know yourself, or you feel disconnected from the world. And that's because you're not taking enough time to appreciate who you are genuinely and your individuality, and you're not sharing it. So it's just saying some of you guys are being too selfish for real. And that makes sense with Jupiter in the fifth. You just, you know, it's me, 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 me. And that's cool. You know, you are a person and you do matter. But at the end of the day, man, it's us in this world. We are a collective. And that's your gift, Aquarius, is showing people how to relate to each other and how teamwork can make the dream work. But on one note, you know, with this being the Leo card and this being Aquarius, Leo in reverse kind of is like the Aquarius card in your fifth house. So this is literally saying, be your goddamn self, Aquarius. Because who you are is lit. You just have to remember that you are for the people, because you are a person. You're outstanding, so you have to stand out. How can you develop a selfless level of selfishness? Jupiter in the fifth says you are the gift. So you have to share that shit with the world. Share it with the world. It's not just for you. And the more that you share, the more you give, the more you receive, gang. Put yourself in a, I heard not always, but you know, at the end of the day, you're not trying to lead for rewards. You're trying to lead for the responsibility that it holds. There's two types of leaders. Let me explain that. You either lead for reward or you lead with responsibility. Guess who's a better leader? The leaders that value responsibility. The worst leaders who lead for reward abdicate their most important responsibilities to others because they don't really give a fuck about anybody besides themselves. And the beautiful thing about leaders is they lead by example, okay? And then they also care way more about employing the strengths of other people as opposed to using their own. It's about break out of your shell, dude. And speaking of Mars and Cancer, get out of your shell at this point and start giving this shit to the world. And this is the Hermit card in your sixth house. And this is saying you really got to focus on your daily routines and habits and focus on healing yourself and being well. And your habits are really important, gang. So I'm also getting with this one, healing from addiction breaking out of bad patterns and habits. This is the Mars and Cancer message for everybody. And I dropped a video on Mars and Cancer, and we have a long time of this energy. So I'd encourage you guys to watch it. Check it out. And I need to link it in the description. Mars and Cancer, that's something to get really aware of, guys, because you know, you have to be intentional every day, even if it doesn't feel like it. Consistency is the key. You have to show up every single day, man. Don't take days off. It's okay to rest, but at the end of the day, your purpose is eternal. You know, don't give up on your dreams. The things you do every day creates the person you are. So habits are so key right now. Consistency is so key. I can't emphasize that shit enough. And I'm gonna pause right quick just to say that the seventh card, which is the house that Libra rules, even though for you guys it's Leo in the seventh. The seventh card and the 10th card, where you actually have Libra, are going to be some of the most prominent cards for you during this spread, okay? And naturally, the polarity kicks in. So, you know, the first row is the bottom hemisphere, second row is the top hemisphere of the chart. And what the dice are saying, Capricorn Mars in the 10th house. And what this is saying is world domination vibes. Go as hard as you fucking can, gang. Don't be lazy. And talking about the character you need to develop, it's the laziness that has to go, man. Laziness has no fucking value. A lack of discipline is bullshit. You can't go anywhere without discipline. And you also need to look at discipline like self-love and not a restriction. You guys want freedom? Fucking earn it. God damn it. Don't just think that you have a right to exist or get your dreams met because you exist. I should say the latter. You do have a right to exist because you exist, but don't think that the dreams are just going to be handed to you because you exist. No, you have to have a concern for all of fucking life, not just your own ass. Okay? Yes, you're special, but at the same time, no, the fuck you're not. And reconcile that paradox. Become a person who matters with intentional action. A lot of people are asleep at the fucking wheel, gang. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. And this is what I believe Age of Aquarius is about, or the Pluto Aquarius transit that we're going to see, is that a lot of people don't give a fuck about their own life. A lot of people don't want to think for themselves, don't want to act for themselves, don't actually want to be fucking free. They want the rewards that comes with life, but don't want to do the goddamn work. Do the goddamn work and enjoy it and smile while you do it. Have fun with it. This should empower you. This should be a beautiful message for you to receive. This gets me excited, man, because this is having control over your life. That's the message you're meant to receive. Have control over your life. Take life into your own hands. Do everything today that you can and leave nothing for tomorrow. Stop procrastinating. Your dreams are only going to work if you do. Stop procrastinating. Okay? I don't know, he needs to hear that shit, man, but somebody's Aquarius spirit needed it. Fuck your fears. Destroy them. Dominate your fears. You know, brave people are not fearless. Think about it. If you're too scared to act, just remember the most brave and courageous people are the most afraid. You can't even be brave without fear. Right? Right. So do it anyway. And I think with this one, man, it's really about definiteness of purpose. Like, you can't hit a target if you're not even aiming at it. If you don't know what you want, you're just lost. So take some time to figure out what the fuck you want. Ask yourself genuinely what you want. Take some time to meditate. A lot of you guys are not meditating, and that's where you're fucking up. You know, amethyst, use your birthstone, for Christ's sake, man. God gave you all this shit on the earth for a reason. Use your resources. I feel like I'm cooking some of y'all, man. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. If not, welcome back. Welcome to the fire family. Welcome to the inner temple, gang. Mr. Meyer with the fire, here to take the collective vibration higher. If you stay around long enough, you will get cooked. Okay? But we will rise like a phoenix from the ashes. We're not here to stay the goddamn same, man. We're here to stand out, and we're here to move the world forward. That's why we're doing this shit. We're here to uplift the world. We're here to give our gifts back to life so life can keep on giving. Evolution is the only solution, gang, and self-mastery is going to be the only form of success that we're going to find in this life. So let's see what the seventh house is talking about. I see Mars in your sixth house too, by the way, with that hermit energy. So it's going to be important that, you busy yourself with meaningful shit and stop interrupting your growth with distractions. Focus, lock in, okay? Don't be entertained by the bullshit. I can't stress that shit enough, man. Don't be entertained by the dumb shit. You get what you pay for in this life, man. And attention is currency. Currency. I'm a nerd for a second, but energy is everything. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. That's the current of what you're seeing. Currency. Focus on what you want, man. Don't focus on what you don't want. And deeper than this, with this Mars energy in your sixth, stop identifying with your problems. Stop identifying and looking at the shit that you don't want all the time. Yeah, you got to solve the problems, and they do take some awareness, but think about where you want to go, not where you've been. All right, I'm looking at Mars, and this is beautiful. More Mars energy. Let's pull the next hemisphere. And like I said, the ninth card and the seventh card, this is really going to be a lot about how this moon actually personally affects you. So I'm jazzed about it, man. And I hope you guys are enjoying eclipse season. Hey, transformation is coming for you, Aquarius, especially with Pluto hitting your first. It's really your time to shine. It's your time to boss up and hit a new level. And recognize when you hit new levels, the game gets a little bit harder, but you get better. So I don't know who needs to hear this shit, man, but stop asking life to get easier. Ask yourself to get better. Magician, fuck yeah, dude. So this is literally about you taking life into your own hands, you manifesting, and you not abdicating your responsibilities to the universe or other people, recognizing that you have the power to create. And if you don't assume that identity, you're going to fuck your life up. Because you'll take a backseat in your life, or you'll just let the universe try to drive your car. You say, Jesus, take the wheel. And Jesus is like, bro, I ascended like 2,000 years ago. Quit calling on me, bro. I'm fucking tired. I gave you all the knowledge, all the tools, gave you an example, and you're waiting for me to drive your car. Fuck you. Jesus said, I'm tired of you, man. I love you unconditionally, but goddamn. And if I'm offending you, you need to break out of that indoctrination for real and free your mind. This is love, man. And these are virtues and principles. And you got to recognize the value of that Bible that you may be studying. Okay. So this is the eighth house energy. And this is where you have Virgo. And Virgo is telling you in the eighth house, the moon in reverse, y'all have a lot of healing to do. And we all do, man. But this is saying, a couple of things that I'm seeing. You got to let time work on your behalf. Some of y'all are mad impatient. Like you are not letting time work on your behalf. You want everything right fucking now. And that's why you think you're failing at life. Or things are out of balance because you're just living for the moment and you're not thinking about the future. Okay? You need perspective in your life, and you need to learn how to go with the flow. And this also tells me a lot of y'all have, you're feeling anxiety, or you're dealing with mental illness. And it's just important that you don't identify with your problems again, man. I hope you can take this in lovingly. There's a big difference between saying I am depressed or I'm experiencing depression. What's the difference? Depression's very real. I experienced it myself, but it's like, do I want to choose to be depression? Or do I want to know that I am this immortal soul who is playing a human avatar and going through that condition? Big ass difference, man. One makes you the fucking object when you are the subject. Life is not acting on you. You're supposed to act on life. And I know this kind of feels like fuck your feelings, dude, because it's Mars Cancer season. But ultimately, your feelings don't have to dictate your fate. But I'm also seeing with this one, it's like you have to pay attention to your psyche and your mental health. And like those emotions, they do give you direction. Your anxiety does mean something. And also, we are in a world full of anxious ass people. Most people are primarily unconscious, just going from one thing to the next, not questioning their experiences, kind of brain dead, man, staring at their phones, cooking their fucking brain rot as hell, and wondering why they're so fucking nervous, numbing themselves with pills. And then you are an empath connected to the whole universe, picking up everybody's bullshit. And the earth is stressed out. So it's like, damn, dude, We got to take care of ourselves, man. And you actually have to feel your feelings. And this is like the shadow message, okay? Virgo, in your health, you need to feel your feelings more, Aquarius. Y'all live up in your heads too much because you're an air sign. You're way up in your head. You need to come down to earth, okay? And also, what I'm hearing from this one is that talk to spirit about how to get rich, how to find power, because that's what you seem to be needing is power, not money, not love, power, not wisdom, power. You need power, love, and wisdom, but more than anything, I see that y'all are wise as fuck and loving as fuck. So what you need is more power. And then pray for the wisdom. Look for the wisdom. That's the Hierophant energy. Seek to do things correctly, whatever that means to you. Talk to your higher self. And hey, man, as far as the magician coming out here, the secret about magicians is they do magic every single day. So you need to work with your energy to interrupt these fucked up patterns. I see generational trauma in this moon in reverse. Like the eighth house, often beyond it being what's hidden from you, this could also talk about what is holding you back. Generational trauma, poverty beliefs, poverty consciousness, thinking impoverished thoughts. You hear me? So translate those into something positive. Feed them to Hecate. Feed them to the abyss. Go deep within your psyche. Dive deeper than you feel comfortable with. Go to the bottom of the pool. Get some spirit medicine. Connect with your power animals. Take a shamanic journey. Recognize help is out there. For some of y'all, it's psychotherapy. It's going to a therapist. It's literally getting help, asking for fucking help. Stop trying to thug it out alone. Stop trying to run from your feelings. Talk about your feelings. Confront your feelings. Confront your shadows. That's what I was talking about earlier, but I can't stress this enough. This is coming up powerfully for you guys. Confront your fucking feelings and why you feel so hurt. Feel your pain. Quit running from it. Turn your pain to power. And also, I see here, you need to develop your strength of will. It's crazy that, you know, when I rolled the dice again, it went right back into Mars. So this might not be easy. So this is the card for your new moon, gang. Ninth house right here. So let's see what the ninth house is giving. You got the north node in the third, south node in the ninth. So this is about committing to yourself, Aries, letting go of, you know, the people-pleasing habits, Libra, but at the same time, you know, doing things through integrity so you don't step on other people's toes. If it harms none, do whatever you want to do, man. Damn, so that's confirmation. The Three of Swords, there's some pain going on right here, man. And you have to ask yourself, why aren't you at peace? What is it that you need? If you never ask, you're never going to figure out the answer to this question. What do you need? What do you want and what do you need? Like, ask it from the heart, literally from your bleeding heart. Ask it. What do you want from life? You can have it, man, but you just have to ask. Closed mouths do not get fed. That's rough, dude. And also, y'all have to learn how to ask for what you want from people. Some of y'all are afraid of people, Aquarius. Afraid of people for real. Because, you know, we can't control others. You have to learn how to work with people as opposed to working around them. Work with people. 10th house, this is where Venus is in your chart. And I'm also hearing to flip this over, the Wheel of Fortune in your 10th house. And that's a good thing, man. Venus in the 10th is a beautiful thing. And this tells me that there's this calling for more power, more love, more money, and maybe even to be famous, you know, to come before the public and to be seen, to be appreciated. So good luck is coming in your career. Good luck and success is on the way. Just make sure, again, you're putting in the time and putting in the effort and showing up. Because if you don't swing, you can't hit, right? You have to show up. But if you keep showing up, man, blessings are coming. And with this kind of funny, with this being the 10th card, 10th house, and Venus being here, this is really the time for you to prosper, Aquarius. Show your true self to the world. Get on the fucking internet, Aquarius. Show yourself, and the world will appreciate it. They'll love it. But if you keep hiding yourself, we can't appreciate you. What do we got here? The Empress. Good shit. Exactly. The 11th house. That says blessings are coming. The future holds prosperity. The future holds peace. The future holds abundance. The Empress, you have everything that you need within you. You just got to take the steps. You literally just got to show up, man. If you want to receive a blessing, be a blessing. That's what this says. By blessing the world, you're going to receive more blessings than you can even count. You're going to have so much that you just want to give it all away. And then you give more and you get more. And it's just like an upward spiral forever, dude. Let me know if this resonated with you guys in the comments, because I'm seeing this is like a really beautiful time for the Aquarius. For the ones that are literally like hearing me right now, that are awake, that are like not, I don't know what you would say, like fucking off and like just listening to this and just hearing words, 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 words. If you're interpreting what I'm saying, man, your life is about to be so fucking lit. And the last card you got is the King of Wands. And this is fucking amazing. This is exemplary will, divine will, living your purpose, being confident, self-assured, not needing anybody else's approval, because you have your own respect, because you live a life of integrity. You see what I'm saying? And that's what the divine wants from you in the 12th house. And do this shit every day. You can't be perfect. All right, gang? That's what you need to know right now. Perfection is impossible, but if you don't try to be perfect, how the fuck are you going to grow? Think about it. Okay? So let me also reiterate this, and I'm going to clarify the whole reading. Mars and Taurus, develop your will. 11th house, focus on where you want to go, the future. And also, you guys need to learn how to collaborate with others and employ the strengths of other people and stop doing everything your goddamn self. How the fuck are you going to lead if you never ask for help? Leaders defer to people better than them. If you can do something, if you do something less than let's say 75%, no, 70% efficient, you need to delegate that shit to somebody else. Yes, there's things you need to learn, but like this, I'm going to do it all myself attitude is fucked. It's absolutely fucked. Not only are you slowing yourself down with bullshit that you're not good at, you're not helping other people that could help you, and you would help them by letting them help you. Damn. Now that's a motherfucking trip. But also on the same spectrum of thought, on quite a polar note, you know, extreme opposite says that if you're waiting for everybody else to jump in and support your dreams, you'll wait forever. You know, so don't do that. If you're waiting for approval to get started, wait forever, never start. And what's crazy, gang, is like people clap the loudest for those that don't need it, right? When you see somebody who's successful, who's really making it, it's because they've made it already. People love to see success, but when you're getting started, you got to eat a lot of shit. You feel me? Growth comes from the dirt. You hear me? So it's like in the starting stages of something great, it's just you clapping for yourself over and over and over again. And a lot of people may hate it. A lot of people will doubt, you know, these unconscious fucking robots in this world that aren't doing shit with their lives. They're going to take issue with the fact that you want to be somebody because you reflect their inadequacy. You reflect the fact that they don't give a fuck about their life. And it's like, how many hating ass people are there, man? And I hate this for you guys, man, but like with you, Aquarius, having Mars in the 6th house, you're probably dealing with a lot of fucking haters. And get excited, man, because haters are motivators. And haters' job is to fucking hate. Okay? And your job is not to give a fuck. Your job is to flame them and make them look fucking stupid. And to keep shining and stay focused on them. Focused on your life, not focused on them, and just keep on mogging these bitches, man. They wish they could live your fucking life, but they can't even earn it. They can't even earn their own respect, so they want to hate on you. They could literally be inspired by your grace and your greatness, but they just hate themselves so fucking much that they just want to tear you down because it would make them feel better rather than letting you be good. And think about how deeply you must hate yourself in order to do that. So what I'm saying, gang, is you should not take this hate you're getting personally at all. And also, Aquarius, you need to know you have no fucking enemies. Nobody's out to get you. Even if there's fucking idiots, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, or your community, or weird ass people at work or whatever the fuck trying to stop you from doing what you're doing, man, they're not your fucking enemies. They're an enemy against themselves. When there's no enemies within, you'll have no enemies without. Remember that. Remember that shit. and affirm that. I'm at peace with myself. I'm content with the world. I don't take issue with people. So when people take issue with you, know that when you protect your purpose, you will have your purpose protect you. Bro, I'm telling you, man, when you serve this world, when you develop good karma, your purpose really will protect you. And motherfuckers they might even try you, but they'll get run up and done up by the motherfucking universe. Y'all have spiritual protection out the ass. All right. And also on the same note, same spectrum of thought, this is about, doing your spiritual work every single day without fail, not treating it like it's a joke, not treating it like it's a fucking game. You taking it seriously. Take your life seriously, Aquarius, because you only get one. This is an intense reading, guys. Let me know how you like it. I'm seeing North Node in Scorpio energy, which just says, guys, lock in, focus on your purpose. It says the ninth house, your God-given purpose. Talk to your higher self. And listen, when you report up, everything below will be taken care of. Confirmation verb. Straight up. Fuck these idiots. Fuck these weirdos. A lot of these people are in the consensus state, and you're individuated as fuck. So they couldn't hear you even if you shouted in their ears. You hear what I'm saying? Oh, Lord. Everybody's on their own timeline, man. So I'm not saying this to be needlessly divisive. I'm just calling out the barriers where they are, the boundaries where they are. A lot of people are not on your level, Aquarius. And what you're going to have to do is shine as bright as you fucking can. And the people that honestly, earnestly want to come up, you help them up. Okay. And you also give them tasks, you give them strategies, you give them jobs to do. And if they want it bad enough, they'll fucking do it. If people are as hungry as they say they are, they're going to eat. You don't have to force feed anybody, Aquarius. Remember that. But when people ask for your help and they don't do the job you give them, that's a leech. That's a narcissist. That's an entitled, whiny crybaby. And cut them off. Set a boundary. And don't be afraid to be a hard leader, to be a real boss. Don't be fucking afraid to be a boss, Aquarius. So I'm getting the Fool in reverse to kind of clarify this reading. We're gonna do like past, present, future, and then, yeah, that's exactly what I meant. I know what I'm talking about. So the Fool in reverse tells me that you've been going through real soul changes, man, and also learning to raise your consciousness and not be dumb as hell. And that's the great work. So, hey, man, salute, salute, salute. This is the work that won't do itself. And I'm so fucking proud of you guys. And I hope you're proud of you too. This shit is not easy, man. And also, things are happening at a very fast rate at your life right now. And it feels like some of us are like, God damn, can we slow down a little bit? Man, this life doesn't stop for nobody. So you just got to get with the program and do your best. And I'm really getting with this one, man. Make the appropriate sacrifices so you're not holding your own self back. Okay? Stay fast. Stay aware. Stay present. The world is literally in your hands, Aquarius. This is the most reassuring reading I think I've ever given. I love this for you guys. The world is yours. You just have to recognize that you create it. Adjust your paradigms as you need. Lovers. So this tells me that high vibrational relationships are coming in very quick. And also, you'll be experiencing more and more joy and beauty the longer you live this life. And it's going to keep accelerating. The better it gets, the better it gets, gang. The better it gets, the better it gets. And I got the Emperor coming out as well. Last card just saying, gang, you have to live your purpose, divine will. Crush the opposition. And you can't know the good fight if you don't identify the enemy. The enemy is willful fucking ignorance and recalcitrance and laziness. Okay? You're welcome. I love you. Make sure you leave that like and leave me a comment. How did this hit you guys? Because I know I went in. I'll see you guys in the next video. Blessed be.